Hello, happy Friday night. I'll just wait for, as always, for my laptop to catch up with me live. Hello, Beatrice, how are you? Hi, friends, I see Loretta's here and Helen, Kalina, Julie, how are you? Very happy to see you guys here tonight. Hello, Brenda, how are you? We are going to, I gotta plug in. I've got to plug in my laptop. I just noticed. Hi, Robbie. How are you? Hi, Shauna. Anya. Wanda. Hello, Sherry. How are you? Oops. I almost knocked my... I'm crazy over here. Hello, Robin and Robin. There's two Robins right in the row. One with a Y, one with an I. Hello. Hi, Becky. Hi, Diane. How are you? Happy Friday night. Another Robin. We have lots of Robins tonight. I love it. The Robins are in the nest. Hello, Vicki Von Vicki, Melanie, Jill. How are you guys? Hello, Holly. You know what's really fun is a lot of you guys are here. Hello, Kari. And I'm packing the last of the mixed media orders to go out. I was there and just ran home to get on here. And a lot of your names are, I'm like, hey, I saw your name. Hey, I saw your name. So a bunch of US ones went out. I'm just working on the last of the Canadian ones. Some are multiple orders that I have to condense, refund shipping, do all of the things. Hello, Melanie. Yours is one of them sitting there. There were a whole bunch. And I'm going back in the morning to get them all packed up and ready to go. And then I leave next week. So I'm trying to get a couple of little mixed media videos so that this kind of idea of what we're doing tonight. So if I can post some little videos that you guys can see while I'm away, it has some, you working on some things that then we can revisit when I get back. Cause yeah, I'm gone for a while. I won't be back until like doing lives until July. But I'm very excited. We have lots of things going on. Did you find out about the 3 sold outs I asked about? I'll look at it tomorrow, Julie. I'm just trying to get the orders out. And then I owe people from the March Cruise ephemera packs. I'm doing all of the things. I'm not taking on any new things. I'm going to try to wrap up all of the things that are kind of outstanding. The ladies are kidding bold and bright, so I'm very excited about that. I'll be checking in. I'll check in while I'm away and share with you my travels in Venice. I'm planning on going to Murano and Burano and then seeing whatever I can jam pack into 3 days. And then the cruise leaves out of a port called Ravenna. So I will be going to Ravenna and I'll share all of the things and then all of our Greece adventures, back-to-back Greece, right? So very excited, very excited. And you know, like if I miss anything, you know that I'll catch you guys up. If something ended up in your order that wasn't there, you can keep it and I'll just refund it. So it is one of those things. Yeah, lots of gelato. Hello, Rebecca. It's going to be good, but it's a lot of stress, right? It's a lot of stress. So I went to visit my friend Valerie yesterday and we went to see the Stylistics. So that was really exciting. 2 of the original members were in the band and they're 74 and 75. So it was really fun though. Like it was a lot of fun. You know, I'll have peach gelato. That's the one thing I'll be experiencing. Lots of gelato. We are staying in a really cute boutique hotel in Venice and I got it has like a terrace. So that will be very romantic, but it's not that shishi. The terrace is not on the, what are they called? Rivers? What are they called? Like all the waterways. It's not there. So it's cool, but it's not going to be super shishi, just kind of shishi. So very excited. We're going to have a lot of fun and can't wait to see canals. Thank you. I couldn't remember what they were called. Gelato taste testing. Yeah, I feel a lot coming on, 100%. So I'm very excited. I have never been to Venice. I've been to lots of places in Italy, but I've never been in Venice. So if you have and you love it, send me all of your recommendations at info@vickyboutin.com. I'd love to. I haven't planned anything. All we've done is booked transfers and whatever we need, but zero plans because I just am running always at like top speed. So this week will be the week that we'll look at all of that stuff. So very excited. Bold and Bright is going to be set in stores, hitting stores soon. It's beautiful. We're kitting the papers and it's beautiful. So the girls are going to be working on all of that. No paper pads, albums, a couple of the items. The bubble gum texture paste hasn't arrived yet. So you'll see too, for some of you guys that with your kits, if you ordered some of the mixed media, which I freaking love it. I can't wait to start working with it. Those ephemera packs, if you didn't order them, when I get back, I'm going to clean up the whole store, fix all the inventory. We're going to be using that stuff. Like I'm going to make tag books. We're going to be using for all of our mixed media, those 3 different packs of the Vicki Boutin mixed media, where it has the travel theme, the art theme, the nature theme, and I forget what the other one is. I'll pull them out, but they are super fun. Those ephemera packs have like acetate, so we're going to use the dyes, the stamps, all of it will be supported. All your purchases will be supported. If you didn't buy any of that stuff, definitely look at it. You can go and grab it at Joann's. You can grab it on my website, vickyboutin.com. I'm also going to be stocking a whole whack of stuff, and when I come home, I'm having a big sale. So be ready for it, like a big sale, like thicker sale and old, like past collections of mine. So I want to clean out a bunch of stuff to make room for all the new stuff coming. So be ready for that. When I get back, it's going to be on like Donkey Kong. It's going to be on. So very excited. Tonight, we're going to do something really fun, some paint pulling. So you could use a plastic ruler. If you have my art wedge, I was using this when I was practicing and playing. Art wedge, you can use a squeegee. I just bought a big one. I'm going to be using acrylic paint for this. Everybody's acrylic paint could be different, right? Like this one is a very fluid acrylic paint. Yours might be a heavier, oh my goodness, I just totally lost my word. Hello, other Robin, how are you? Hi, Karen, how are you? So a different viscosity. If your viscosity, heavy viscosity, more of a flow, you can use your mister. This technique is one of those things that takes a little practice, and different things can happen, because one of the things that you will find is wherever the paint is in contact with the paper, the paper absorbs the paint. So you will have, with acrylic, right, it is definitely heavier than an ink. So you will find when you are playing with this that you'll get different results. I want to keep this super simple because last week's was very popular. A lot of you guys created layouts from that. So I love that. And you really know it's the direction I want to take is way more mixed media. I want to get you guys way more comfortable with doing art, artful techniques, and creating your own scrapbooking products, because I think that's a lot of fun. I also love that it is doesn't matter where you are in the world, that these are simple tools that you can use. So what we're going to be doing, like I did a little bit of practicey stuff. So I'm thinking I'm going to create a rainbow tonight. And then I'm thinking we're going to do some different backgrounds that we can then ink, because the paint will act as a resist to the ink. But I think I'm going to ink it only in one color around the spots. So my idea is to create the background and then to go in and die cut some butterflies out of a second sheet that we do. So really we're going to create our own embellishments. So you could use punches, you could hand cut, anything that you have, but I definitely want to put a layer on top of this of blue butterflies, of the greeny butterflies, the orange and the yellow butterflies. And then my photo is one we took a while ago in Panama. So it is Devin and Mackenzie. So I found this one. Hi, Alice. I was packing your orders too. So we're going to do a background, and then we're going to do another sheet, which I already kind of started, where I pulled color through a stencil. And then when this dries, we're going to ink around it. And I think I'm going to ink it in yellow, right? I think I'm going to ink it in yellow. I love it that I have my biggest fan is here tonight. I love it. So, and then I have some dies. I just found butterfly dies. And the set that I have is this one, the little framelets from Tim. I'm not using the stamps. I'm just going to find one of the dies that will cut like a basic butterfly shape without having to stamp it. So that is my plan for tonight. I'm using the neon, but a lot of you guys, if your order didn't come, but you might have these. This is not a new product, but I'm going to tell you it's different than the original. So when these ones came out, they are way more light body than the original paint were way more viscous. So you're going to find when we finally start doing our gel plate printing, we're going to have to find new ways to use these, because my go-to paint is definitely more opaque than these ones, but I want to use them because the colors are really beautiful, but they are very light body and way more translucent than the original Vicki Boutin paints. So you will find that if you have the OG VBoo paints in the ColourPop colors, that the ones I'm using, you're going to be like, why are yours so fluid? So just know that the OG paints, when you squeezed it out, went and it was like, oh, I spit everywhere, sorry. It comes out like a little, like little tube paint. Like it comes out like a, these ones come out like drip, drip, drip. So you will find that the OGs are different than the new ones, okay? Even the colors are not the same, because these were all done using original files that, and then they went through, and I didn't know until I got them what I was getting. So we will definitely find ways to use them, but they're going to be a little different, okay? So 2 options, and we'll decide as we're going. We are going to create our background. You need an old room key, an old gift card. If you have my art wedge, this will work. If you have one of the other catalyst shapes, which look like this, it's just the name of them, the catalyst wedge, or you can use a plastic ruler, or if you have a squeegee, you can use that. We're going to put the paint on the paper and we're going to pull it. And you can do a circle if you want. We can do a rainbow. Let's talk about it, whatever you want me to do. Did you like that I spit on you guys earlier? That was a lot of fun. What's wrong with me? And then we're going to do a background where we're going to pull the paint through a simple stencil. I'm just using this one, just a simple stencil, because the paint will definitely bleed underneath it if it is a high flow paint, if it is very viscous. Hi, Natalie. So when I get these ones on and they dry, we'll ink around them, but they'll resist. And then we can cut out our shapes. Okay, that's the plan for tonight. Are you digging it? Right? So you can see that I did some just paint pulling there. You can do that. Like I said, we're going to delve deeper into paint pulling, but not tonight. It's going to be very basic. I really want our summer series, because I feel like, right, June is tomorrow. Our summer series is going to be like it was last week, where it's not a long Friday Night Live. We just get right into the technique. We make a quick and simple layout, because I'm not going to really start, I'm going to start doing a lot of the mixed media stuff, and then we'll get into, we're going to be like peppering in some bold and bright as well. It's going to be good. It's going to be good, right? It's already June where you are. Yes, because you're like a day ahead, right? Okay, so again, recap. You need 2 sheets of foundations paper. You need acrylic paints. You need something to pull your paints. That could be an old gift card. It could be a room key. It could be an art wedge. It could be a plastic ruler. It could be a squeegee, I ordered this one online. Isn't that cute? It's a cloud. You need a stencil and you need a die or a punch, something, or you can let these dry and you can put it through your Cricut or Silhouette, because I want a tone on tone pattern of flying butterflies on the butterfly or on the rainbow, or we can do even a circle. So maybe for my second one, I'll do a circle. Okay, I love it. Hello, Nita. Everyone, my friend Nita Mann is here, and she's been sick for a week. So I told her, you show up so we can give you some loving, and she's here. So definitely send in lots of love. I hope you feel better. Get lots of rest. Let your husband take care of you, and get lots of fluid. Okay, Nita? So I hope you're feeling better. And what happened to Poppy? I missed that. So anybody else celebrating birthdays, celebrating anniversary, had a rough week, let me know, because this is the biggest thing. And I'm telling you, this world is getting away from community. I don't know what's going on. And what's going on? Anybody else feeling it? Like, I'm feeling like we need more connection. I'm feeling that there is a lot of negativity in the world, and our Friday nights are all about positivity and community and friendship and creating art. Hi, Don. And finding people who share a love and passion for the same things that you guys do, and maybe you find friends that are in your area. It's so important that we connect, and you do something that it's just for yourself. And even if it's just watching the video tonight and doing it on Wednesday, you do whatever works for you, but it's super important. Happy birthday, Robin. What else did I miss? It's winter in Australia. No, thank you, because summer is just starting here. You had a rough month, Melanie. I'm sorry, right? It's tough. So I hope that what I bring to you on Friday night adds a little bit of light and laughter, friendship and connection. It's super important, right? And then other stuff's going on. Recovering from total knee replacement 2 months ago, but it's getting better. Sending you healing vibes, Joan. My friend Patty just had it done this week on Monday. So she said she's in a lot of pain. So definitely sending all the love and healing vibes to you guys. Oh my goodness, Deb, healing vibes to you too with your cataract surgery. The vision difference is causing migraines, but tonight will help me feel better. Just put the brightness on low and just watch, just listen to my voice, right? It's super important. Happy birthday to Julie's husband. That's super important too, right? So yeah, we lost one of our kitties this week. I'm sorry, Sue Lynn. That is not fun. Devin was just talking about it. Some cat on TikTok that does some song. They made a song on Apple Music, and then she said the cat died, and she was really, really sad. And I'm like, that is the sad part about pets, right? That they don't last forever. So, right? One knee at a time, Alice. Yeah, do one knee at a time. But everyone I talk to that goes through the knee replacements and the hip replacements is like, they have so much relief, and it's so much better. So, yeah, definitely you guys take care of yourself, right? Where's Pigeon, Holly? A short trip to Pigeon. Where's Pigeon? I don't know where that is. 33rd wedding anniversary. Congratulations, Kristen. That's very exciting. Boop. I almost forgot how to do the things. There we go. Let's make some art. Let's chat. Let's make some art. Let's have the best Friday night ever. I just got to straighten that. Sorry. Little Blair Witch for a second. And I'm going to grab a drink. Okay, friends? It's always important so I don't start coughing on you. So here we go. Let's do the things. I was so proud of you guys. A lot of you ended up creating from last week's Friday Night Live. And a lot of you did like your own take on it, changed up your color palette. I was super excited about the art I saw out there, and super excited about the participation. that you guys did the art. I can't even tell you. So in case you were wondering, I see it. I try to make sure I comment on all the things. I'm trying to be better with all the things. But oh my goodness, you guys rocked. You did a great job. Very, very proud of you. So I've had the fastest week. I don't know where the week went. And there's a lot of stuff going on. And you know, like it's hard sometimes to stay positive. So like I said, for as much as I'm saying the world, it's tough and it's crazy out there. Like I go through my own tough and crazy, you know, like there's some weeks where it's hard to just keep going, right? To just keep doing all the things. So you guys definitely make it all better. So I'm excited to be here with you guys, right? So it's tough. I don't know what's going on in the world. It feels like there's just so much negative stuff, right? What happened, Wanda? I want some margaritas. Beatrice, are you and Cicely booked for any other cruises? When am I going to see you again? Or any in-person classes? My friend, I just had total brain fart, which happens, right? Your weeks fly by like a jet stream airplane. I'm telling you, what is all of that? I'm happy to send some margaritas to Guatemala. I love that. And yeah, Wanda's fur baby. So it's summer. I want pina coladas. Cliche, but yummy. That's not a cliche. It's who doesn't love pineapple and coconut and rum? It's deliciousness. Rich and I are going on a cruise out of Puerto Rico in September. Vacation, a total break. And when we get there, I will definitely have a pina colada, which I just totally forgot the name of. A pina colada. And Cherie, is Cherie out there still? Because we need to talk. Cherie, I went and picked up my mail in the US. So just so you know, that happened today. That happened today, because you're probably like, oh my goodness, my accounting, Vicki, you're crazy. It happened today. But we need to start talking about another Texas event, because I would like to have some stuff on the calendar so people can start planning if they want to do some in-person stuff, right? Fuzzy navel. That's yummy. What is your beverage of choice? Alcoholic, non-alcoholic? Let's talk about that on Friday night. Do you love tea? Is coffee your jam? Are some of you like water only? You don't really drink anything else? Always curious about that. You signed up for the cruise to Norway. I'm very excited about that. They told me that I think it's already half full. And it might even be, that was a week ago, right? What have you missed? Nothing, Vicki. I was waiting for you. You love wine. I love that. Red or white. Sweet tea. A Bloody Mary. Alice, do you like the Bloody Mary with all the stuff in it? I love those, right? Mio zero sugar tea. I don't know what that is. Is it Milo? Peach tea? Diet Pepsi. I love that. Canadian Club Dry. Nice, right? Sauvignon Blanc. So I am a new wine drinker. Like I enjoy a glass every now and again. And mine is Pinot Grigio. That is I don't like a sweet wine. So Pinot Grigio, right? I love it. So let's do the things, okay? Are you ready? Who's playing along with me tonight while I have you talking about all your favorite drinks and snacks? We're going to talk about a few of those things. Like, what's your favorite candy? After the week I had, I will take anything that has any alcohol. Well, Natalie, go make that coffee and throw in a shot of Bailey. You deserve it. You can totally do that, right? Those little paint bottles are so cute. They are. When we designed this, like when my collections first started with American Crafts, I was very much into the packaging, which, you know, it's not Sephora. So some of that has kind of gone to the wayside, but I wanted these to look like they were color pop paints, and I wanted them to look like little pop bottles, right? I wanted them to look like little pop bottles. You don't drink alcohol, and that's okay. I very rarely, to be honest with you, Wanda, So that's why wine was always like, meh, I don't care. But now I do live in wine country, so sometimes it's nice to have a glass of wine. But I can sit down and enjoy a delicious glass of unsweetened tea. I love that, right? You just find the things that work for you. You just find the things that work for you, right? So this is weird. What's going on? I tell you, I never understand what is going on YouTube. Like it says 3 waiting scheduled for May 31st. Let me look at this. I'm going to just update it just so I don't miss anything. So you need a sheet of foundations paper. Here we go. Okay, now I'm up to date. I just don't want to miss anything. A liqueur limoncello? What is that all about, right? So you need a sheet of foundations paper. You need your acrylic paint. How do you guys feel? Do you want me to repeat the rainbow? Or can I do a circle as well? So you have 2 options. Is it okay if I do something different? Or would you prefer that I just stick with it? This is going to be, if it's your first time doing paint pull, this is going to be the easiest thing. This is going to be the easiest thing because a circle is tricky. You have to have a small enough, like to use your card, very little paint. It's going to be less is more and add in layers. So I'm going to do both. How about I do both for you? Okay, I'll do both. Because I could also cut my butterflies out of my second one. So we will do both. I will do a rainbow and I will do a circle. Because I aim to please. First timer, I love it, Janice. Is it Janice or Janice? I have friends that it's spelt that way, but it's pronounced Janice. Hello, Scrapper Elaine. How are you? Okay. Oh, I need one more sheet, don't I? If I'm going to do the circle. I'm very excited that you're here. So have you watched before? Or is it your first time creating? Or it's just your first time hanging out with the VBoo community? Question, why does your foundation paper look so white on camera? Mine looks very yellow. It is definitely not white. It is an off-white. So it's just the lighting. It is definitely not pure white. Like, what could I compare that I have here that is white? Do I have anything that's white-ish? Like, do you see what but white is one of those things. Like, this white's very gray. This white is definitely not a white, right? So just know that. Not all of it. It is definitely not a bright white. It is off-white. Off-white. Okay, so let's talk about this. When you go to do this, you probably will want to stand up. I think sitting will be very hard. You probably are going to want to stand when you start to do the paint pulling. Should I gesso to get it more white? You can, but it kind of defeats the purpose because gesso is going to resist a lot of things because you're in essence sealing the page. Does it bother you that it's not white? Like, I never gesso this paper unless I want to use the gesso as a technique. And the gesso is going to be a completely different color than the paper, right? So just kind of keep that in mind, that this has a vellum finish, so the paint sits on top but still will soak in like a fibrous paper. But if I gesso it, nothing's soaking in. It's all going to sit on top of the gesso. Your inks are going to react differently. So you know, if you've hung out with me for a while, I wouldn't say no to anything. I would say try it. Give it a try. See if you like it. But just know that your results will be a little different. I kind of am not crazy about the creaminess, but maybe I should get out of my white comfort zone. Yeah, a lot of your papers that you're going to find that are mixed media papers and such won't be pure bright white because they'd have to bleach the paper, right? So you can always look for, like, go to the art supply store and get some other heavy body paper, some heavier weight paper, and try it. But this one it's probably never going to be anything than this color. It's so hard to have found. Does that make sense? It was so hard, that's better, to find this paper. We had to go through so many tests to find one that I liked that I'm not messing with it, because that's a nightmare. Sourcing is a nightmare. So definitely, and give it a try. Try the gesso. Just know that stuff is going to react a little differently, because it's not paper, it's gessoed paper, right? So you totally can do that. I just saw something. Oh my goodness. So Shandi is saying that she bought an old scrapbook magazine at the thrift store today from 2011. There was a tour of Vicki's craft room. It was pretty cool. Creating Keepsakes came from Utah here to photograph my craft room. It was also in Scrapbooking Cards magazine. It was also in that one. It was in Better Homes and Gardens came as well. Better Homes and Gardens came and photographed my old craft room. It's not even this one, because it's gone through. I've had 3 different rooms that I work out of in this house. So that's kind of exciting. Okay, so things. When you go to pull, the rainbow kind of will look like this. But do you see now, watch. When I'm pulling, your arm gets a little weird. I found pulling away from me will make it way easier to control. So these are important things. This is muy importante. It's a golden nugget. You need to make sure you're comfortable when you're doing this technique. If you're doing a continuous arch, doing it like this is uncomfortable. So you want to do it like that, right? Drag and pull away from you into the top. Like I said, standing over top of it will give you more control as well. Okay, the scrapbook, etc. Yeah, scrapbooks, etc. I love that, right? So yeah, it's pretty weird. I'm in a coffee table book somewhere with where like creative spaces, so where people sew and where people create. So it is kind of crazy, right? Boop, boop. So I'm standing up. I am going to start my rainbow from warm to cool. So I'm going to use the pink. I'm going to go in with the green. I'm going to use I might switch this one out though. I had originally used the peach sour, which is a neon orange, which turns out pretty yellow on here, but I think I'm going to commit full on to yellow. So I'm going to switch it out. And I'm going to go in with lemon sour instead. Okay. And then there's not a blue in this one. So I just pulled, it used to be called daiquiri ice. I think they changed the color name. But use whatever you have, and that is going to be perfectly fine. So I'm going to put my paint right at the edge, and I'm going to pull my color. I'm going to let it dry. I'm going to move on to the next one, move on to the next one, and then I'm going to come back and layer again on top to build my the value of the paint and the depth, because these are very fluid. There is not a ton of pigment in them. So what ends up happening, it's going to be very light when you pull almost all the paint off. The other thing you want to have handy when you're doing this is paper towels, baby wipe, because you're going to want to clean your whatever tool you're using, right? It could be a ruler. You could use a little plastic ruler. It could be, definitely when I do this technique, a lot of times I use an old room key or gift card. Or if you have a little squeegee. But just know, the larger your surface area, the wider your paint's going to spread. So less is more. You can always add, but you can't take away. So you don't want to put a ton of paint on here, because then you're going to have just one giant pink strip. Okay? Let's do it! Was it foundations paper? Or was it the new mixed media pad? Because all my foundation, I have tons of it. Like I go through cases and cases of foundations paper. I sell a lot of foundations paper. So every pad I've had is the exact same color. So I just want to know, is it foundations paper? Does it have the rainbow on the front? Where did I put it? Or is it the new mixed media pad that has a bunch of different papers in it? Does it look like this? Or does it look like I just brought a bunch home because they just arrived on Tuesday? Or does it look like this? Because this is the new one we're going to be working on when I get back. All these different fun papers. See? All the papers are different colors in here too. Yeah, I have no clue what that's all about. Because I've never had a pad that is any different than this. So I'm very curious now. Very curious why the colors are different. Anybody else experience that out there? Have you bought foundations paper and does it feel like it's different? I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. So I'm going to start with my pink. Less is more. I can always add, but I can't take away, right? So I'm going to put my pink right about here, and I'm going to pull it in an arch, okay? So I'm going to put some pink right here, about that much, okay? About that much. Because I can always add. And I'm going to go in with my art wedge and I'm going to just kind of set up where I want to pull. So see? And I'm going to start to pull my rainbow. And then I can deposit my color again and just start to build my base. Pull it right off. And then just wipe on your paper towel. There's my first color. I love it. We'll let this start to dry, which won't take long. And then we're going to go in and I'll put another layer on just to build my depth. Okay? So you see what I'm saying? That the these are definitely like a high flow paint. If you have the the original soda pop paints, the color pop paints, you'll find they're much thicker, right? And then I'm going to go in with lemon sour. I had originally gone in with the orange. I'm going to do the yellow this time. And I'm going to overlap it a bit. I want to overlap that. I want some of the yellow to go on here. Now, this is acrylic paint. So it's different than an ink. This paint, that pink when I went in, has in essence sealed our fibrous paper. So it's not like you're going to see that the one color I'm going to get is going to be very vibrant. Where it overlaps, because I'm putting yellow on top of dry, you're not going to get a lot of variation in color. Okay? Again, it's all dependent on which paint you're using too. But look at that. Oh, and that is definitely neon. I love it so much. Look how fun is that? Okay. So that actually reacted differently than when I used the orange. And I love it. Right? Learning the things. So pretty. Does it have to be perfect? No, it doesn't. Just get it on the page. I love it so much. I love that. Isn't that pretty? So tell me what kind of results you're getting, because you are probably using different paint than I am, right? So I want to know what kind of results you're getting. So now I'm going to go in with a little bit of the green. You can use any colors you want to make your rainbow. Okay? So again, now are you seeing what I'm saying? Pulling, kind of pulling the paint away from you gives you way more control than if you were pulling it towards you. So these are big things when you're practicing and playing. Change your arm, make sure it's comfortable, make sure you don't get stuck and then you can't move anymore. Because the first time I did it, I was just sitting here and I was doing it with it turned like this, and then I'm like, my arm can't go any farther, so I was getting lines in it. So just kind of know that, right? Vibrant but sketchy, I love it. And I love that. Okay, so I'm just kind of loading my green. So that green, I'm going to have to build depth in because it is quite similar to the yellow, right? Because they're neons. So I'm not going to get upset about that yet because I can just build. I don't think I'll go in with a second yellow, but I'll definitely put a second layer of green. Okay, I'm going to clean up my workspace so I'm not contaminating my ink or paint color. And now let's go in. This is not a neon at all. The new paints are way thinner, totally different paint. I'm hoping when we do like a reset, because there's nothing I can do about, I didn't get to test them. This was all pretty fast with this whole Joanne setup, because that's why the mixed media came out. It was totally, Joanne's requested it. They're like, we love Vicki Boutin. We want to do this stuff with Vicki. And thank you for every one of you guys that are out there and you go and support that. It just means there'll be a reset. Like there'll be new stuff that comes out. So it was kind of a test thing. It's the same with like it being in a couple of Michael's stores. So I didn't get to test any of this stuff. So when I got it, I'm like, that's fine. I can make this work. And then when we do our reorder, we can work on the opacity and the thickness of the paint. But for now, I'm just happy to have something to work with, right? So I'm going to go in now with this kind of turquoisey, minty, bluey color. If you have your neon blues, you certainly could use that, okay? So I'm going to push that so it's to the edge, and then I want to overlap it a little bit on the green and pull that around. I'm going to take some of that paint off because there's a lot on there. I love it so much. Pick that up, deposit it. And then we'll go in now with our second layer. Look how pretty. You could leave it like that if you want. This is beautiful. This is very pretty. If I do say so myself, right? It is like snow cone colors, right? I love that. Well, this paint was called because Baskin-Robbins used to have an ice cream called Daiquiri Ice, which was Vicki Boutin's favorite ice cream because there was no cream in it. It was just like a lemon lime flavor, and it was this color. So I absolutely love that ice cream because it was the prettiest color I ever saw. Does anybody remember that one? Daiquiri Ice from Baskin-Robbins was my favorite. So I'm going to go in here now because they're pretty much dry because we pulled all the pigment off there, right? What we did is pretty much just tinted the page. So now I'm going to go in and I'm going to put a little bit of pink. A little bit, not as much. Oops, I put way more than I planned on. Me too, it was my favorite. So now I'm just going to kind of mess with that because I'm going to take some of that off. And I'm just trying to build, like, look at, put a little pattern in here. The drag marks are fun. I just want to darken up my pink. And did you see that I did this? I did that. I dripped it. Okay, so now I have a little bit more vibrancy on that pink. I lied. I said I wasn't going to go in with the yellow, but I am. I might just go over the green twice. But I love that it totally made an orange. Love it. That's magic. Okay, so try to do what I said the first time. Your first job was at Baskin-Robbins. I love it. Hello, Kristen. Are you home now? I'm going to put a little bit of yellow. Boop. But not a ton, right? Because we just want to build up the depth of the pigment a little bit. And pull it off. I might even put a little bit more. I might even start it right here because why not? So do you see I'm just kind of messing around? The more layers you put on, the more opacity you'll get out of the paint and the more vibrancy that you'll get. Oh, I love it. I love this very much so, in case you didn't know. Hi, Roxanne, how are you? So now let's build up that green. Clean off your tool, whatever you're using. Very pretty. I might go over the green again after I put some blue on, okay? Blue, blue velvet, whoa, whoa, whoa. Who's playing along tonight? Who's making the things with me? Because I know some of you like to watch on Friday night, and then you will come back and do the art on the weekend. And I know some of my friends in New Zealand, Australia, it's your Saturday, so you might be watching it early. I love this. I think I'll put a little bit more green, but I'm just going to leave it. Your metallic set, I love that. That'll be beautiful. There we go. I love that. You have the house to yourself, the boys are off fishing, and you have time to just do what you want to do. That's awesome. Okay, I'm going to go over the green again because I just want a little bit more contrast in that color. And then I'm going to let it go. Very pretty, isn't it? Super simple technique. You could use any colors that you want. I just don't want a big gob of wet paint there or here. So now the next thing we're going to do is I want to have some tone-on-tone butterflies. Because you know I love that. I love to do kind of tone-on-tone art, right? This one turned out better than the first one did. And that's what it's all about, right? That's what it's all about, is doing the practice and play, because you get different results every single time. I don't even know where I put the other one. I have lost it. But I love this one. Very excited about that. So now, this is the photo. I might switch my photo up. But I think I would like to put this here. And this layout's going to be very simple. All I'm going to do is put butterflies on it and a title. That's it, right? I wish you did too, Karen, but I know you do when you can, right? Karen takes care of lots of little kitties. So she's tired after taking care of everybody's children, right? She's tired. So here's the OG. This was the original. The one I did is because I changed directions, right? I did this one in my, like this, and then I went, so it's like a bajiggity. It's a bajiggity rainbow. This one, I got smart and set up my arm so it was more comfortable and really made a difference. That really made a difference. So now I'm going to take one more sheet. And you can decide what you want to do. These butterflies could literally be tone on tone, where you could just drag some pink, drag some yellow, drag, and then just do them like that. What I was thinking would be fun is if we went through, like I did here, through, you know, I'm changing my mind. Watch what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to drag each color again with some overlap as a straight page. And then I'm going to put my stencil on top and drag a little texture and pattern tone on tone. Because that's what it's all about, right? You're exhausted after spending a weekend with your niece, or my friends with kids. I'm exhausted. They're a lot of work, man. Those little ankle biters, right? So let's go. Let's go. And it was a PD day, so you had more kids than you normally have, right? Or for longer. So I'm gonna drag pink. I'm gonna drag pink. Woo, dragging pink. Put that layer on top. Dragging some. Oh, I love it. Okay. Oh, look at that. Yes. Dragging some pink. I gotta watch I don't run out of space. I did a lot of paint there. Dragging some yellow. Dragging some yellow. Oh, yeah, baby. So I want to get a little bit of orange on there. So dragging some yellow. There we go. Dragging some yellow. Even if I have to take another page, I can always do that. Dragging some yellow. Dragging some green. Ran out. Ran out. Okay, dragging some blue. The yellow is very highlighter, and I love it. Very highlighter blue, or highlighter yellow. Okay, gonna do a little bit more pink. Want a little bit more of the orange color so I can have different butterflies, right? I love neon. Wake me up before you go. I wore it in the 80s, 100%. Vicki was rocking her neon. I remember having the neon scarves in my hair, like those ones that you covered your grandma or your mom covered her rollers with, like Madonna, tie it in a bow. Those scarves. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Did you wear your hair in one of those scarves? I was. With my Wake Me Up Before You Go shirt from Wham, and my Relax shirt with the neck cut out so the shoulder would hang off. So that is the base. Now I'm going to go over it with the stencil. Wake me up before you go, don't leave me hanging on like a yo-yo. Wake me up before you go, don't want to miss it when you hit that high. Yes, I definitely loved it. Okay, so acrylic paint is going to bleed underneath the stencil. We are not going to prevent that from happening, but we're going to embrace it as a textural layer. Right? Totally okay with it. It's kind of like art marking. I'm going to clean my stencil off. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to have to give it a blast too with a heat gun because it won't be ready to cut. So I should have done two colors at once, but here we can make the things happen. So now, well, maybe, I don't know if the orangey one is not going to have any texture on it. Oh my goodness. I don't think we took enough pictures. back then. You know, I don't know if we took enough pictures. I don't know how much photographic evidence there will be, Karen. Oop. I moved it. Don't even care. It's totally okay because we're going to punch shapes out of this, right? Or die cut shapes out of it. Or punch, whatever you're using. And also watch, if you're not using foundations paper and you're using this wet paper or wet technique, you could end up getting some paper pilling. Is anybody having any issues with dragging wet paper, creating fiction, and your paper is starting to peel away? That can definitely happen if you're not using foundations paper, okay? Oops, that's gonna be a mess. But it's okay, it's all right. Love it, okay? So we have a little bit of texture on there. I'm gonna dry this, even though it's acrylic, we're gonna see. I don't think it's thick enough that we have to worry about it not drying with the heat gun. Clean up your stencil because it is acrylic paint. I know I am of the school of cleaning up. A lot of people who do mixed media do not clean their stencils. You do whatever makes you happy, right? There's no judgment here. Just because I do it doesn't mean I expect you to do it. But I like, if I go from these stencils to ink to paint, that I still have the integrity of the shape. I don't have a whole bunch of paint gunked up in the pattern. So that's why I clean my stencils. And you can do, have like a bin of water beside you if you want to do that. So you can clean them at the end. I usually throw them in my sink if we're doing gel plate printing and such, because it's much easier to clean wet medium off than it is to clean dry. But I like to clean the paint, especially with acrylics, right away, because if you don't, it's very hard to get off. It's a lot more work. So just give everything a wipe because I'm done my painting now. I'm not actually inking now. I changed my mind. I'm not inking. I'm going to clean this up so we don't get the little paper boogers or paint boogers on my paint bottles, and then they will shut and be more airtight. So clean that up. It's just who I am, right, Loretta? Like, I like everything to look pretty and new. So it's who I am. It's with everything in my home too. It's just the craziness part. There we go. Murphy's soap. Yep, I have Murphy's oil soap. 100% is a great thing, Rebecca. I agree. I concur. Okay, heat gun. Gonna give it a blast. I'm so excited to do this. It's gonna be so pretty. Don't want to miss it when you hit that high. So tip for anyone trying to do this with Prima acrylic paints. Put them on a pellet with water and water them down. Yeah, you definitely can water them down if it's more of a heavy body. Okay. Ugh. My heat gun cord is very tangled, so just give me a second here. Yeah, OxyClean and warm water, great tip as well. I clean my teaching stencils. Oops, sorry friends, that was just flashlight. This is almost dry, but I want to put this through and die cut shapes out of it. Contained funk, right? We're going to have some contained funk, because if we cut these out, will have some textured tone on tone. It is very sherbet, isn't it? The colors are very ice creamy colors. So this paint isn't super thick, so even though it's acrylic, I'm fine to heat this with a heat gun. It's not gonna bubble because there's not much paint on here. So I'm just gonna dry it, and then I'm gonna die cut my butterfly shapes. You could use a star punch, circles, you could fussy cut something out of there, whatever you wanna do. I have so many plans for these Fridays all summer using different mixed media items. Thanks for the hearts, friends. Thank you for commenting, because too, I have to say, because I know not everyone does, because some people are out there watching and you're like, I don't even know how to comment on YouTube. I don't even know how to do that. But the interaction helps people find us. Like, who's out there that didn't know who Vicki Booten was as a scrapbooker or anything? You've kind of found me on the YouTubes. Are some of you, did you find me here on a YouTube on a Friday night or watching the videos after the fact? Because it grows, helps the community grow, right? There we go. I die cut all the time out of it because I have a lot of people here, anti-caffeine crafts, that are very scared to do mixed media because they're afraid of the mess. So I call what we're going to do next is contain funk. If we take mixed media and even you do a background that you don't love, if you go and cut it, a shape out of it, and it kind of quiets the mess down and you have this beautiful little element, it is a whole different way to use your mixed media backgrounds. So I grabbed my little die cutting machine, but so that I can use more of the space, the colors, I think I'm gonna grab the big dog, okay? I love that. Well, Amy, I'm sad that I can't do, I used to stream on YouTube and Facebook at the same time, but the quality of the video, I was using StreamYard, and I have to figure out a way to have better quality, because it was great. Because there's actually more people, I think, find me on Facebook than they do on YouTube, but I can't do both, and YouTube quality is just better than Facebook. So I went to just Facebook. I think I've probably lost people because some are more of a Facebook user, but I don't know how that just works, right, on Facebook. If they just share the stuff more, you know, with all of that craziness. Really, for me, it has nothing to do with like, oh, I want to grow my numbers and all the rest. It's more, oh, I want people to come and make art with us. I want more friends playing. So I'm going to pop open my organic pineapple flavored sparkling water from Farm Boy. That it does taste just like pineapple, which I love, and no sugar. It's very yummy. I found out about you from magazines a long time ago. It was so wonderful to meet you last summer. I love that, Brenda. See, and it's funny, some of you guys have been here for so long that I didn't realize like it was during COVID. I feel like hasn't been like 10 years? Is Mr. Athlete at the RBC Canadian Open this weekend? No, Mr. Athlete is playing tennis even though his hand is hurt because he's a doorknob. So he hurt his hand. We had a concrete pad poured and he was moving patio tiles around and bent his finger back. So he was acting like a big baby. And then I said, well, I think you better take a break from tennis. He's like, no, I'm going to tennis and I'm going golfing too. So he's a big baby, right? He's a big baby though. Because yes, it hurts and I definitely have sympathy, but then he walks around grabbing his, oh, my hand. And then poor Rich got bit by a yellow jacket, well, stung, but he kept going, I got bit. And Devin and I were like, I think you got stung, but I think it was a yellow jacket because it got him twice, right? And most other stinging bugs aren't able to sting multiple times, right? So he was just walking out the back gate and the guy got him, and then he went down on one knee and was rolling around on the ground, right? He's not that injured. So if you guys are like, wow, you guys are not very nice, he's not super injured. But I laughed. Is he that injured? He went and played tennis and it's his right hand, but he just wanted sympathy. And I don't know, Devin and I are not very sympathetic. I think we were laughing more because of the dramatics. I'm like, oh my goodness, dude, you're going to be okay. You're going to survive. But he was being very dramatic. I'm going to cut this in half, and then that should fit on the wider platform. And I'm going to cut some shapes. Like I said, I just was grabbing something quick and I wanted a butterfly. So I did man paint 100%. I grabbed these ones, these framelits that go with the Tim Holtz stamp set, but I'm not stamping them. I'm just going to pick a butterfly shape that will work on this page. Like, I like that guy, right? I like that guy, but if I have one that's smaller, I'm going to use that because I would like more butterflies. I think the smaller scale would be nice. So, and you know I love butterflies. Do you have to use butterflies? Absolutely not. I know not everyone loves them as much as I do, but if you've been around for a while, you know Vicki loves butterflies. It's my favorite. So what other ones? I think that shape might be the best one. Well, that one, is it a little smaller? That one's a little smaller. Same one, but smaller. I'm going to use that, okay? Just a standard butterfly shape. So you know this is going to take a couple of minutes. This is going to be the longest thing tonight because it's not like I'm throwing it up on my Cricut, because you definitely could throw this up on your Cricut. And then, Nat, what do you usually your setting? I haven't used my electronic die cuts for a long time. I usually put on chipboard setting, right? Because then you could just set it up and cut them all out at the same time. So go ahead and do that if you like. But you do have to put it on a deeper, and I usually do a double cut. I do a double cut, and it's either like artboard. Use a double cut, see, deep blade, and slow down your speed, 100%, because this cuts beautifully, but it's thick, right? It cuts beautifully, but it's thick. So let's do it. So this is going to take a while, so let's just chat. What do you guys want to talk about? Anything you're excited to learn, or you know there's going to be a lot more gel plate printing. We're going to be starting that. I would like to do another class, another gel plate class, like the part 2. I have ideas for part 2 and part 3. We've talked about it forever. I'm just waiting for them to hopefully be able to fix the gel plate and get that in the stores. But you know what? I have a lot of ideas. There's a lot of things I want to do. I love printmaking and I love my gel plate. It's like when they get man flu. You know what I'm talking about, right? So he's like, you guys are laughing and you don't feel bad for me. I'm like, we feel bad for you, but dude, you're on one knee and you're rolling around on the concrete. You're crazy, dude. Poor guy. Poor Richie. Is my mom out there? Sheila, are you out there? Okay, let's see if I need a, what do you call it? A, extra piece on here. Oops, or will it cut? I'm not doing a very good job. A second. Oop, there. A shim? Do I need a shim? Ooh, maybe, maybe not. Sheila's not on. Sheila has not been feeling well. So if my mama is out there, definitely send her some healing vibes too. She has definitely been under the weather and feeling a little sad because she hasn't been feeling well. So I told her to come over and visit tomorrow, see her grandkids. That will make her happier, right? Come hang out with the grandkids. But yeah, poor mama. Poor mama. Oh, she's here. There's my mummy. Sheila Smith is my mama. So definitely send her some thinking about you. She's going to be mad at me, but you are part of the community, mummy. So you know that our gang here will want to send you some love. What medium are you using tonight? I'm late to the party. Acrylic paint. So look at what we did. We did a pulling technique and we made the base. And now look at what we're going to do. Do a total tone on tone. It's going to be so pretty with the butterflies. Tone on tone with the butterflies. And I love, this is my favorite thing of using tone on tone and creating texture, right? I love it. So yep, it is, it's this set. This is a set I used, except for the blue came from the other set, one of the other sets, but ColourPop paints. Did I run this through already? I think I did. See, I get distracted easily. So this is what we're doing. We're just popping them out, picking a basic shape that we can use. I love tone on tone too, Julie. It's why we are friends. I 100% love the tone on tone. So I want to try to cheat and do one that is like, ooh, I can't do that, Vicki. Because, no, don't do it, Vicki. I was going to try to do, change up the butterfly, but I'm not going to do it. Now, there will be lots of this left over, oops, that you can use for a card or use, just create a bunch of ephemera pieces, right? But do you see what I'm saying with the contained funk? That when you pop these out now, you have a lovely little element. Could you stamp on top of these with the Tim Holtz stamp? You could. Now, what I find with the stamps, they're very dark. This stamp set, which I love, does not leave a lot of open area underneath, right? Like there's a lot of black on these. They're not like just outline stamps. So you'll see the color, but you'll see a lot of black. So it might cover up some of your mixed media bits. So you could definitely do these out of just a solid background, the pull, right? You saw the wild red poppies all over France. I love that. Obsessed and thought of you. I love that. Do you know, Kristen, we used to grow them along the side of our house. One of our houses had tons, like the whole side of the house was poppies. They are the most beautiful flower. They just don't last for very long, right? But I bet you that was phenomenal. You'll have to share a picture with me. I would love to see that. What ink would you use on top of the acrylic paint? You would not use Distress ink. You would use Archival. So where are Vicki's sets? Because that's something else. I have so much I have to add to the store, guys, that have been sitting on forever. But I use Archival ink. And maybe it'd be a lot of fun to do a colored ink instead of black, right? So we'll do one. We'll do one. I'll find my Archival sets. Let me look. And I'll stamp one and let it dry. And then we'll cut one of those out. I'm just getting up and grabbing it. Oh, where did you put it, lady? Where did you put it? Do you remember, guys, I told you I cleaned up? It's a freaking mess. So, can I tell you, this to me is worth investing in. And the other thing we're going to try is I'm going to try the Vicki Boutin ink. It should totally work. I bought every single Archival in these minis. I bought them all. They're all in my in my space, and I haven't put them up in the shop. So be watching for that. I'm going to be doing a ton of stuff, and I think I'm going to do a sale as well. But I bought all the Archivals, so I have permanent ink, right? Permanent ink. So let me show you. Let's test my ink as well. Because I should be doing that because my name is on it. I just got to find it. Hot Mess Express. That's what I am. I should take a picture of what it looks like in here right now, because I can't find a freaking thing. I can't find a freaking thing. It is a send help situation. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go now. Oh, gotta get the stamp set. Let's try it. Let's try it. This is one of my favorite stamp sets, but you'll see what I'm saying, right? See what I'm saying? I love these, but there's not a lot of open space, right? There's not a lot of open space in this set. So I love this stamp, but there's not a ton of open space. So which one goes with that? This one? I think so. But do you see what I'm saying? Like, how much of the color are you going to see? You're not, because it's all going to be ink. But we'll try it, because what do we got to lose? So let's go. Try the pink one. I don't have a stamp block, so I'm just going to stamp it with my hand. Okay? I'm going to stamp it with my hand. I'm going to ink it up. Boop, boop. Will it be dark enough to show up on that paint? I don't know. Okay. Let's try it. Pretty. It's just very tonally the same, right? So let me clean that, and let's try one of the archivals as well. If you were a baby wipe and you lived at Vicky's house, where would you be? I need some stamp cleaner, but I have all of the things. Anybody else with me? Like, is your space such a mess that you literally feel a little bit paralyzed? Do you know what I'm saying? My space is such a mess, I don't even know where anything is, right? Yeah, they come out. The pads slide out. It's such a mess here that I feel like I just use the same things because I need to do a serious clean. Well, and as soon as you start, like, I'll clean, but then I do a project, and we're starting right at the start again. So I'm going to use picked raspberries. So I have all the distress ones and the regular archival. I love the size of these. They're so cute. Anything in a mini is just marvelous, right? So I'm going to ink that up. Sorry that I don't have as much space on here. So this ink is more like it is a permanent oil-based waterproof ink, but it is more transparent, where the other one had a milkiness to it, right? So let's see what this looks like. This is going to look more like distress wood, and the other one looks more like oxide wood. So this just gives you, these will, oh, very pretty, but definitely, right, a little bit more business going on. Now, I'm not going to do this on the page. I will use those on a card, but I want this to all to be very tonally light, right? Well, I am going to organize. I've decided I'm getting rid of stuff. And then I want to set things up. Like I want my I have never even done a tour of this room. Do you know that? And this room I think is like 4 years old now. And I've never done a tour. That's my project on Sunday. Clean and organize my craft room again. I love it. But do you think you'll finish it in a day, Tina? Because that would be a week-long job. Like for me, it'd be a week. Because when I would go in, I'd be going in like I mean it. You know what I mean? That'd be a week-long job. But I would love it. Like I would be super happy getting to do that. I would love to organize all of my stuff. Okay, so we will let those dry and we're going to keep cutting. That was a little detour, right? Got a little sidetracked. Very pretty. But you see what I'm saying? You need a permanent ink on top of the paint because acrylic paint is almost like that's not even dry yet, is almost like a skating rink, right? So I will cut that one out later. That ink is an old ink pad. It's like the original, the OG. So hopefully it'll dry. If not, guess what I could do? Just throw some embossing powder on it. Like if this ink doesn't dry, I could just throw some embossing powder on it. So let's do that. Let's do that. Ouch. Do you ever walk and kick yourself in your ankle with your heel? I might have just done that. I have a tub of embossing powder, but where would I have put that? I don't know. So let's just use some clear embossing powder. Where would you be? Because this is all glitter. Some days my life is just not easy, right? It's just not easy. Is this clear? No, that's sticky. Is this clear or white? Okay, so that would be awesome, but again, my space is not organized enough to find it. I can only find my white embossing powder, so that's not happening. So it's fine. Just keep going, Vicki. That's what happens on live TV, right? Mine would be a week too. Oh, hell no. I have mobility issues, so it takes you forever. Yeah, like that's what I find. Like I would be at it for a full week. Two, because it would be twice as messy while I clean it as it is. Like I pull everything out. I get bins. I want to donate. I want to do grab boxes. You know what I mean? Just clear the stuff out because now I don't have time. I buy lots of things, but now I mostly use Vicki Boutin, right? So I need to get rid of the other stuff. I agree, Tony. I love to organize all the things. I 100% in there with you, Sarah. I love to do it. It is my favorite. But I want everyone to leave me alone. Like, all my family needs to go away somewhere for like 4 days and let me just, oh my goodness. I would shower, just put a hat on, eat carrot sticks and just stay up all night watching Netflix and organizing. It's like heaven. That is like nirvana to me. That would be like nirvana. Seriously. Okay, I got to keep going here. I'm sorry, friends. I'm cutting these. I want one down here too. Or here. I want that light blue. It's right on the edge, so let's see how hard that's going to be to get out of there. Right on the edge. So it's going to be good. Thank you for being patient and waiting while I cut 12 million butterflies out. It is, right? That would be heaven. I would love that. Like everybody, go away. Like for you guys who have younger kids, oh yay, you're going to stay at grandma's. What are you doing, mommy? I'm cleaning, and it's gonna be the best. Organizing all of it, because, and then like thinking of, I'd have a notebook because all the projects I'd want to do, I would be like shopping. It'd be like Christmas because I'd find stuff I forgot I bought. I don't know how many I need yet. So I'm just going to cut a bunch out. And then guess what? If I cut more than I need, I can use those on a card after. So I don't know yet until I start laying it out. So I'm just going to keep cutting them out, okay? So I hopefully can get 2 more out of this blue. So as many as I can get out of that strip. My husband built my craft room, but is going to build another set of drawers for you. I love that. Good for you. Now, I don't even know if that was on the plate. So let's see. No other rooms. Well, my closet and my jewelry, Karen. I love to do that. My shoes, my dresses. I love to do that. And it's all full of color and pattern, and just like my scrapbook stuff is. My closet looks similar to what my collections look like, right? I craft with it and I wear it. Oh, I bet you, right? We want to get hardwood put in our bedrooms because they're carpet. Because, right, when you buy the house, and we were young, we could only afford to do the hardwood in, especially here in Canada, because that kind of stuff is very expensive for us. Could only do the hardwood in the kitchen and living room, like the main floor. Hi, Carol. So we want to do the bedrooms, but that is going to be a nightmare to move it all, right? Well, I love my Cricut. It got me on the page cut file. TM, I love that. I find metal dies have far superior detail and dimension, so there's definitely a place for both. I would agree with you. And the other thing is oh, here's the athlete. Are you broken?
I need some ice.
For your hand?
Yeah.
I don't understand why you went and played.
The best part was, this guy walked up to me and said, "What happened to your eye?"
So Rich...
I said, "You should see the other guy."
So my poor husband woke up the other day and he's talking to me, and it's early in the morning. So I'm looking at him and I'm like, dude, what happened to your eyeball? And he's like, what are you talking about? I said, I don't know if it's a shadow or if you broke a blood vessel. You need to go look in. So for my nurses out there, tell us. Or if there's any doctors out there. He woke up and the whole side of his eyeball is covered in blood. I said, what happened to your eye? Did you sneeze or cough? Or like, what happened? And he's like, what are you talking about? He didn't believe me. And he goes, looks in the bathroom, and he's like, oh my goodness. I'm like, I know, that's freaking weird. What did you do to yourself? So the whole side of eye doctor here. So Teresa's an eye doctor. So Teresa, his one eye is like on the corner, like, so not towards the nose, towards the outside of the eye, is like right underneath his iris is red and bloody.
Oh, it's at the side of the eye pupil thing.
Pupil? But the pupil's the middle. The iris is the outside. I know my lingo here, bucko.
Did you just say bucko?
Lingo,
bucko?
I know my lingo, bucko. I am in Ontario. We're right near Niagara Falls. So, yeah, poor dude is like, it is not pretty. So, somebody walked up to him and DC just said, hey, Rich, hey, buddy. Sidecar, hey, buddy.
Sidecar took a shot to the face.
A little blood vessel popped. I'm sure that's what I said. It looks like you broke a blood vessel, but it is not pretty. There's subconjunctival. Woo, that was a big word. Oh, the Cricut versus the dies. Pardon me. Sorry, Julie. As the dude walked in, and that's Rich always is a distraction. So sorry about that. So dies, why I love my dies is I can cut thick mixed media stuff with a die as opposed to the Cricut. The other thing is convenience for me because I don't use it all the time. I have to set it up. I have to pull the program up. So I love my dies. I still buy steel rule dies, but I'm different, and that's why I'm working on. Rich and I are working on a whole new Vicki Boutin thing where it's going to be dies, stamps, and stencils for the mixed media artist. So it's bigger than what card makers use and such. Like, I love the stuff that's out there, but a lot of times I feel like I need something different for how I create my art. So that's why I love the metal dies. But I want metal dies like back in the old days, the metal dies that were just a shape. So we could do tons of mixed media art, and we could cut out the art with a shape that doesn't have to coincide with a stamp. It can coincide with a stamp. So you wait, you should see the whole thing. The first one, that when it comes out, and it'll probably be in the fall now because I've been late with getting my art ready. It's only going to be available on vickiboutin.com. It is not through American Crafts. It's my own thing. And it's going to be a whole series that all work together of basic shapes with dies, a set of stencils, and stamps. And it's going to be awesome, and it's going to be something that I'm not going to overwhelm you with it, but I want to do next year 4, maybe 3 or 4 in the year, but all of them will interconnect. You'll be able to use things from one set. So it's something that it's not like the mouse in a teacup. You buy the stamp, the dies, and you use them to make a couple cards, and then you never use them again. I want these to be very functional, basic shapes, but very fun that we could use on the gel plate. We could do everything we're doing tonight with it. We could use ink. It's so good. It's so good. You guys are going to love it. I think the concept is going to be really awesome. And I'm totally working on it while I'm away so that we can get the ball rolling, because it's going to take a while to get them into production. But the concept is very fun because it's just different. The scale is bigger. So if you want to do it in an art journal, if you want to scrapbook with it, but if you still want to make cards, you can. So it's a whole different concept. But it's literally because it's what I want. I want to use them because I feel like I'm always trying to find something that works, but it's not exactly what we need if you want to start doing mixed media, right? And if you want to scrapbook. So it's going to be it's going to be cool. It's going to be cool. It's cool. AC lets their designers, well, I don't really ask. Just do what I want because it's not like I'm working with another company. It's all my own, right? It's all my own. But isn't that bad? I'm like, what do you say? I ask forgiveness, not permission. Because it's just something like they won't do everything Vicki wants, and Vicki is very pushy. Vicki wants a lot of things. So it's one of those things, right, that I'm working on this concept. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, but I want complete control over it. I want complete control. There's my friend Valerie. We went to a concert last night and out for dinner, and it was very nice. We had a very nice time, my sweet friend. So, friends, this is part of it. It's not like if it was recorded, I could speed up. So what's nice is if you're doing it along with me, you don't have to, then I'm making the layout, right? I find the Cricut has changed things so much. I haven't been having trouble working with it. I haven't pulled mine out for a while, right? Because the other thing is I'm always doing so many other things now. Is when it's different than when I was just a scrapbooker or working on design teams that I had time that I could do whatever I want. Now, I don't get to make art as much. A lot of times I'm working, right? I'm doing design stuff. I'm working on classes. There's so many other things, right? So many other things that I'm working on that I don't get to make as much art. So, like I said, that's why I'm thankful, with you guys, because Friday nights mean Vicki Booten gets to sit and do why Vicki Booten started doing all of this scrapbooking stuff is because I love to make things, right? So when it becomes a job, it becomes a whole different thing. I don't have fun with the Cricut, feels like work. Well, it's computery stuff, right? But it's one of those things that when you can master it, I think it is an amazing tool. I love both. I love the Cricut machine. I think it is phenomenal, but I like silhouettes. I find silhouette, am I wrong? Maybe I'm wrong. I find the technology side of it, the program, is a little bit more user-friendly. Do you guys agree, or do you think I'm crazy? I can do more. I can do more on silhouette than I know how to do on the with the Cricut. And I could be completely wrong, and it might be because I was a silhouette user long before I was a Cricut user. They just updated the silhouette, and it's very rough. Oh no! Well, I think the Brothers Scan and Cut is a Cadillac of them, right? I think it just does more. I want to buy one. I was talking about that, and I just never have got around to it. I would like to buy a Brother Scan and Cut. So you love it, Robbie? When I used to go and do HSN, my friend Julie Fifan Balzer always was the one demoing the Brothers Scan and Cut. And I think because it cuts fabric, it does like amazing things, right? So I was always like, I want one of those, man. Especially when you're on that show, right? Like you're watching. You love your metal dies. Yep, I do. I like both. I like both. I wouldn't say to anybody like that it isn't, that both aren't needed. I love them both. I think it's totally worth investing. I think card makers especially love their dies, right? Because all the card companies are constantly coming out with amazing stamp and die sets. So I do think that card makers. So tell me, card makers out there, do you use steel rule, like manual dies, more than you would use a Cricut or Silhouette? To all my friends not loving the Cricut, it is the machine or the soft. The machine is amazing. I have them all, right? And the Cricut machine is amazing. So definitely, if you're like, do I need to buy one or would I love it? I think you would love it. I just think the software is a little tricky. I think the software is a little tricky, but there is so much education out there. You just have to get on YouTube and you can learn how to do all the things, right? Dies for you. Yeah. I used a Silhouette for 10 years for my business and loved it. I agree. Yes, I do. You can stamp many images at once after you scan them and you're a card maker. Well, I do. I think that one is awesome. That's the Brothers Scan and Cut that Robbie's talking about. It is amazing. Because that one, I think, was developed more for quilters, wasn't it? When you say the Brothers Scan and Cut was for quilters. Me too. The steel rule is for the mixed media, because I could have a whole bunch of texture on here and cut out where I wouldn't put it under the blade for, it'd have to be pretty light. I have both the Silhouette and Brothers Scan and Cut. I use a Silhouette the most. Very intuitive software. That's what I find. But I don't know. Now we're saying like they updated it and you're having trouble with it, but I haven't been on it. I have them all, but like I said, I don't have as much time to just do general crafting as I used to. So I'm almost done. Ooh, look at that craziness that I'm doing right there. Well, there's like, it's just one of those things. It's like taking a class, right? I think that you just have to watch the videos and practice and play. Like sit for a whole weekend and know that, oh, okay, I have to sit and learn how to use this machine. But the other thing I find, and tell me if you agree with this, is if you don't use it, you lose it. Meaning, like, if I don't use it, I forget how to do all of the things, right? If I don't use it, I'm like, everything I learned, I forget how to do now. Okay, let's see if I have enough. Will I have enough? Hopefully. Hopefully. Okay, throwing this on the floor. Put my die so I don't lose it. And let's grab our rainbow. Are you ready? So I might not use this photo. I don't know, but let's put it up here like as if I'm going to see how much space, right? So I like to now take my die cuts, and start to give them a little oomph. So I have to decide because I don't have a ton. I don't have a ton of the pink ones because I stamped them. So we'll have to see how these are going to work on here. Hi, Louisa. I have been on the search for Canadian suppliers the last little while. Between the exchange rate and shipping, it is just too expensive. But then even for the Canadian suppliers, because I do have a store, right, that I just sell the stuff I'm using. It's not a store in the traditional sense because I don't want to do that. I don't want to have a full store. It's more for my classes and the stuff that has my name on it, because we've talked about this, that that's how I make my living, is from my class stuff. So let's decide how this is going to work. I'm just kind of placing them right now. I think that this would be so much fun to sew them too, to be honest with you. See, we went to see the Stylistics and now that song's in my head, right? Everything is you. Oh, you are everything, and everything is you. That is what's in my head. Do 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 do. Boo boo do do do. It was a very good concert. When you go to a concert and you're like definitely one of the youngest ones in there, you can't get that song out of your head either. And it's not a bad thing. Yeah. And you want to laugh. So I was going to visit my friend who's right there, Valerie, and she's like, well, if you come, I'm going to the Stylistics concert. And I'm like, well, I'll come to the Stylistics concert. Get me a ticket. We didn't even sit together, just so you know. That's how we roll. We did not even sit together. So some of these I won't pop up. I'll leave some flat too. So you can decide how many you want on here or not. Like I have a little shortage of pink because so I might edit. I might not put all these on here. But I could also, this one is like pink and orange. Vicki brought me luck at, oh my goodness. So, and it's at the casino. We were in Niagara Falls, New York, and we were at the casino. I don't know how to gamble, friends. So I'm sitting there going, I have no clue how to play a slot machine. Yeah. Betcha by golly, wow. Yep. Love it. It was very fun. It was very fun. I love this so much. What do you guys think? I love this layout so much. I'm gonna just cover it in butterflies, and I'm totally all right with that. The only thing that is sad is I wish I had, and I'm gonna totally put this photo on here too. I just wish I had more pink, but it's okay. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. So Valerie goes, I'm just going to play this last machine. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to sit here and watch you because I spent $20 and didn't win anything. So now that's the extent of Vicki's gambling. I don't gamble. Like the fun of going to the casino, but if I don't win, I'm mad. So I am obviously not a gambler. So she sits down and plays this Buffalo Bill, no, not Buffalo Bills, a football slot machine, and ended up winning something like more than what I'm sure most people go in there and walk out with. So we laughed because I'm like, go, no, oh, big money, no whammies, stop. I even texted my mother and I'm like, how do I wouldn't even, like, I'm not going to pop this up as much. When I glue it down, I'll just put some foam dots. They won't be as popped up. They'll just be like this, okay? Can I tell you something I think would be fabulous on this too, is if you sewed on these. Like, this could be very fun. But here gives you an idea if you can't see. Do you have to pop them up this much? No. But what I will do is I will glue the bodies of the butterflies down, and then I'll come back in and I'll flatten the wings out a little bit with just foam dots underneath it. So it totally will go in your scrapbook. It totally would go in your scrapbook. You also could go in here and put them all flat and it would be stunning. Like, look at, these all could go on here flat with that full on tone, right? Like, look at, you could sew the heck out of this thing and it would be pretty. Okay? So if you don't want all that texture, put them on flat. Overlap them. Like, they don't have to all be by themselves. You could, or layer them on top of each other. Right? I love this though, right? Question, what's going in the lower left corner down here? Journaling. I still have to put a title on here, so I could totally build like my title down here with thickers, right? This might be matted and it might not. Sometimes when I'm doing all this, I just want all this pretty to speak for itself. You could totally put it in a shadow box. Can I tell you something else? You do not need to make this photo base. You could have more pink on here, and wouldn't this be pretty if, like, say your kid's room was all butterfly? You could totally put that in a shadow box. You could bling it out. You could add some rhinestones. You could sew on this, so it's almost like paper quilting, and I think it would be beautiful as well. But this is probably where my title's gonna go, or my journaling, right? Or my journaling. So let's glue this sucker. Let's glue it. Because what time is it? Because I'm trying to keep these that we're done in 2 hours. That these lives need to be 2 hours. So let me find my glue. Where are you, glue? Because Vicki's room's a mess. And she can't find anything. And it is very frustrating. I don't know where it went. I just had used it. Seriously, so you know what has to happen. Because this is no bueno for Vicki Booten. Not being able to find anything is driving, oh, here it is. It's driving me crazy though. I need to clean this space up. It doesn't work for me. So I'm just gluing the bodies, just the body of the butterfly. And then I will decide what I want to pop up, if anything. So what do you guys think? Did you enjoy this? So could you do this in a different color palette? 100%, most definitely. Like my friend Sarah Millerhouse is here, and she might want full-on rainbow. She might not do it as in as soft of a finish. She might do it in a much bolder. That would look stunning. It would be beautiful, right? Long form videos, 3 to 5 hours, are actually more popular on YouTube these days. Oh my goodness, look it. Well, then, let me tell you, scrappy guy, then I was like OG, because I've been doing these 3, 4 hour, 5 hour videos for freaking ever. But for me, it's I'm trying to have balance. That's the thing, is that I have to start being better about going to bed. I am old. I'm an old lady. I am an old lady, and I find that I really have to start focusing on sleep. It is a thing. I need to start getting more sleep, because I'm perpetually tired. This old lady scrapbooking in her basement is tired. And we are going to be away, and I have to make sure that my toilets are cleaned. I need a cleaning lady too. If you know anybody in the Niagara region who would like to come and clean my house, we're clean. I just don't have time to do it. You know, I need somebody to just, that is one of those things I find as you get older, if you can afford to do it. I want a cleaning lady. Or cleaning guy, a cleaning person. Because it's not what I want to spend my time on. It's not that I hate doing it or anything. It's just if that's all the time I have in the day, I don't want to clean the house. I would rather go and do other things, spend time with my kids when I'm finally home and not working, right? I want you to be better. Russ, my dear friend. Yeah, I have been much better. I'm not staying up all night like I used to. I used to stay up like a lot, all night, often. Now I've got to remember which ones that I glued. So I am going to make this a layout, so I need to I want my photo to go here. You are everything, and everything is you. What am I missing? Sleep at a consistent time. I believe that. Sleep at a consistent time. You should wake up at the same time. You should go to bed and you should wake up at the same time as well. That is what they're saying. That's what the people are saying, is that it's not only the consistency with your sleep, but you should go, if you get up at 7:30 during the week or 7 during the week, you should get up at that same time on the weekend. That it is not good for your sleep cycles if you sleep in on the weekend. That you do your body good if you actually get up the same time. The same time. See? Ooh, look it. I thought I might have to move this if I can still do it, so I can get a pink one in there. One more pink. So as we're looking at this page, can I tell you a little secret, or a little Vicki something? That I cannot even tell you the amount of joy that I feel that I had a plain white piece of paper, that I did not need a lot of elaborate tools other than the dies and the die cutting machine. Really, if you're watching and you're new, you'll be like, well, that's a lie. You're a liar, Vicki. Some of you might say, because you did do the die cutting, which that is a true fact. but you could have fussy cut or use something else. But I sit and look at this, and it brings me an unbelievable amount of happiness that we got to sit and do this together and made it from a white square. A white square that we just add a little bit of paint and weren't scared to just practice and play and do the things. I can't even tell you. I find that it's super fulfilling and rewarding, right? You're very good about sleep. It's true, right? You really need to. I wake up naturally around 7 a.m. but want a siesta around 2 p.m. And there's nothing wrong with that. If your body's telling you need a nap, you should totally have one. You should totally have it. But they're talking about like all these things we're learning, right? Of how much getting the water in, making sure you're hydrated, and making sure you're well rested, how very important it is. Most of us are perpetually dehydrated, right? We go through our lives being dehydrated. I know I am. I know there's no way I'm drinking anywhere near enough water most days. And when I do, I feel so much better when I get my water in. I do. I feel so much better. I love this so much. I can't even tell you. Can't even tell you. Now, I will walk away from this tonight and come back because I feel like it needs something. But I'll tell you something. I'm not sure what that is yet. I don't know what that is yet. But I think, that one is, it is attached. I just lifted it off. I just didn't let it dry. And exercise. Yeah, you got to move your body. And that does not mean crazy walking. Like, I think walking is one of the best forms of exercise, just staying in that consistent state, right? Just walking, having your heart rate up a little bit, moving your body. I like to Zumba. I dance around the kitchen, right? Good sleep. Got to start taking care of ourselves. And that's what I try to tell my kids, right? The younger girls. Oops, those are not glued. I actually like the space. What do you guys think? Look at that. Leave it. Just be consistent, Vicki. Good night. Good night. Definitely post in the Vicki Boutin Creative community on Facebook. Let me see what you make. I want to see what color palettes you're using because somebody said they were using metallics, right? Just move your body, right? Just get up and move your body. I'm going to do that because I'm talking about it, but don't think that it's like perfections going on over here. But I started walking again, and oh my goodness, it feels so much better, and mentally I feel better when I'm walking. I put some music on, and I think about things. I kind of plan my work week. Yeah, I definitely, look it. I keep lifting, and there's tons that are not glued down. Crazy girl. What are you doing over here, lady? There, now I think they're all glued down. What do you guys think? This would be very pretty as a piece of art, right? I think rhinestones on here would be beautiful. It needs texture now. Like, it needs one more layer of texture. So, but I want to keep it still, the color palette, very monochromatic, right? So, I love it, but I think I'll end up covering part of that butterfly like this, maybe even more, right? My title's gonna go in here, but yes, wouldn't it be pretty with a bunch of either clear rhinestones, or if you have iridescent rhinestones, I think rainbow rhinestones would be beautiful. Paint splats, you could if you wanted. You totally could put some I think I'd only do it in the blue and in the pink. And I might only do it at the bottom. Like, it's like the paint, it's like it poured out of the can as rainbow and maybe splat up. But for this one, I think I'm going to keep it clean. I don't think I'm going to put any kind of ink dots on it. But I do think that a couple of these butterflies with rhinestones would be beautiful. Neon thread, that'd be gorgeous as well. Especially my hand stitchers. My hand stitchers, even if you just put an X stitch on some of these, I think could be very beautiful. I'm not going to be doing that because I just don't have time to do it, but I love it. You mentioned sewing. Where would you stitch? I would stitch the body, and not all of them. The other thing I would have done, because I think this would be very cool, and if you had this, I would have stitched on the rainbow before the butterflies went on, or just an X, or a little stitch through the bodies of some of them would be really beautiful. But I always love stitching because I just think that that adds a whole textural layer. And this does kind of look like a kind of quilted, right? Kind of quilted art. But I love it. So I will finish this, but I want you, I hope that you can you guys see? So I'm going to flip the camera and I'll do that kind of close up, the close up look of it. But oh my goodness, this, I can't even tell you how much happiness this brings me. Hand stitching, rainbow, and paint splatter. I can do those things, and then I'll post a picture of it. Right? Totally could. Totally could. Just, I wouldn't do a ton of splatters because I'm actually digging, and you know, mostly I'm all over that. I love the clean of this, right? I love the clean of this, but I do think that it needs something blingy. If I had, my room is not clean enough, so I can't find anything right now, but I will look at something and add it after. I'll look for something and add it after. But I love it very much. Where's your paper trimmer, Vicki? If you were my paper trimmer, where would you be? I'm a hot mess today, friends. So thanks for putting up with me. Here it is. Do all those things. And here's the thing is I love it. Keep yelling out all your ideas because I love it. And I want to see what you're doing. What are you making? How did you alter this? What was your interpretation? I want to know what you do. Because like, look at, I feel like it needs something else. I don't want to go in black. Like, what is that? I wouldn't want to use black. I still want to keep it all very light. But do I have, like, I have those rhinestones. Remember the set? Oh, here. Look what's right behind me. Friends. So I think I still have tons of these on my website. Look at, do I have all the colors? I think I have all the colors. Look at, how pretty is this going to be if I go in and we do green? Like I just go in and I won't put it on all of them. I'll pick a couple, but look how pretty. I could put green on green. Oh yes, that's exactly what it needs. It's going to be so pretty. Pink. See what I'm saying? Like, look at. That's it. It's going to be beautiful. I'll hold it up. So this set was from Bo Bunny. And if, say you're going to look on my website and you're like, they're not up there. I have a case of them. I ordered a lot of these. So if I don't have them up there, I can go and put them up. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do all, look at. I'm not going to pick every butterfly, but I'm going to go through and totally do that. I think that'll be so pretty. That's what it needs. It needs another layer of texture. And then texture and bling. Oh, love it. And then don't forget, we still need a title. And I think doing some fun stuff in the corner with thickers would be awesome. Totally, if you want to spray and do all those things, do the things, right? So let me pull my camera as I flip it and give you guys a look at how pretty this is. And the rhinestones are going to make it. Look at, it's our little sherbet. butterfly rainbow. What do you guys think? Is that better? Seeing it like that? Does that help? Why is it so blurry? There. I love it. And I'll take a picture of that so we can see the steps. But yeah, I personally, look at that's my hand, so you didn't see my 6 chins as I lift it up, right? So I love it so much. There. Isn't that pretty? I'm going to tell you something. In a perfect world, I would have had some smaller butterflies. That all the butterflies are the same size is not my jam. I would have loved this if I would have had like 3 sizes of butterflies. Would have been so good. So if you guys have dies in like multiple, because that's my rule. Like I feel like everything that we do that's repeated, I need 3 scales sizes. It needs to be scaled small, medium, and large in a perfect world for Vicki Boutin. But it's okay. I can handle it. I'm not twitching or being all crazy about it. But I will finish this. I'll take some pictures of it. This would be beautiful in an art journal. I really hope I can get some of you guys to start art journaling with me, where we don't have to do everything that's photo based, because I feel like my kids are getting older and stuff. I don't take as many pictures. I do when I travel and stuff, but not on the day to day. So I would love that. I don't need a photo to make art. And that's where art journaling, we've talked about, is it Kristen who asks me about, or could be Julie, about the memory decks, the Heidi Swap. I have tons of the pink and the black. I have all of the punches, the pieces, the dies that go with it. I would love to do something with that literally butterflies are flying off of them, because it's not in an album. Like I feel like in an art journal, if I wanted to layer 3 butterflies deep and my book was open like this, it would be totally okay. I feel like there'd be way more freedom outside of just doing scrapbook pages. So I really want to start doing that as well. And what's fun is this technique could be incorporated, scaled down for cards, scaled up a little bit from card size for art journal, and then scaled even bigger for scrapbook pages. But I really feel, right, that I'm going to do a class with the just knowing that the shipping's going to be a little bit more because they're so big. Do you know what else I ordered a ton of? So I think I'm going to have 24 of these kits. American Crafts just came out with a paper making handmade paper, and I ordered everything. So what I'm going to sell it as on sale, the entire, everything you need to make handmade paper, because I want to make handmade paper and then die cut. Handmade paper die cuts. I love the whole idea of it. So that's coming. And I ordered 24 of all of it, from the basic kit to the different frames. So that's going to be fun. But those ones, it's just going to be people who are interested, because you have to have a blender. That's how you make the paper pulp. I'll probably do some kind of video about it. And then I'm going to sell everything that I bought, all of it, in a, like, everybody will get a box with all of the things, and there'll be 24 of those, because I did not realize how big that stuff was. So when those boxes go out, they're going to be like this. They're going to be like that. They're big, right? It's the same. Is it the same kit AC is selling at Joann's? It is. And that's why I'm going to box up 24 of them and give you a really good deal, so that people want to make it with me. Because it's something I've always wanted to do. I've done it before, but I love that it's the whole set. So I bought every color, the different mixtures, the tints, the dyes, all of the stuff, right? So it's going to be fun. So that's it for tonight. So I'm on the fence about going live next Friday. If I get all of my work done, I will go live next Friday. So just watch. I will definitely post about it on Thursday. But I am leaving for 3 weeks, and I'm going to need to pack and do all the things. And I'm teaching 4 classes, right? So I have to do the things. So it could be just a short one talking about, like, I'm really trying to get some videos filmed this week so that there's stuff that will pop up. But yes, I'm gone. I won't be you, but I will be posting. Make sure you're watching on Instagram and on my Facebook, because I will post my adventures as I'm traveling. But I never need to pack for my husband. Rich does all his own packing and helps with mine. He takes care of all of the suntan lotion, all the clips for the chairs, all that stuff Rich is on top of. He is in charge. I never have to pack for my husband. But if you've met me before, I have to coordinate all my outfits, my earrings, all my things. So it'll be crazy. But in case I'm not here next Friday, because it is dependent, because I'm teaching back-to-back cruises, right? So there's a lot that goes into the planning and everything for that. So if I can make it here next Friday, I will be. If I don't get all the work I need to be getting done this week and shipping orders and everything that I need to get done, have a wonderful June. And I will see you in July, right? I'll see you in July. So might be here next Friday, might not be. Thank you. I just got it cut. And this is what my husband said to me. He's like, I looked nice when I went out with Valerie. I had a red polka dot dress on, and I put my lashes on, and I felt pretty, which doesn't always happen as we get older, right? And I said, aren't you going to tell me I look nice? He goes, you look nice. And wow, you went short with your hair. And I went, was that a compliment and like a backhanded, like, what was happening there? He said, I didn't say it's short and didn't look nice. I said, but you didn't say it's short and it looks nice. So, dude, you got to work on the compliment giving. So I love it. So definitely follow on the Instagram. I'm going to be posting all of the fun adventures. I'm going to be very good about going back to my hotel at night and posting what I did in the day, what we got up to, sharing our experience of cruising and cropping and crafting. So if it's something you've been thinking about and it's on your wish list, that you can kind of see all the fun we have, because we really do. We really connect as a group, and we have a really wonderful time. I'm like readily available for everybody the whole time we're on the cruise ship, so it's going to be really good. And it's Pride Month, so yay. This was kind of like a rainbow for Pride Month. Well, I'll make sure that I pack all of my rainbow paraphernalia, because I have tons, so that I can be supportive and inclusive and all that, because backstory for me, that I have 2 brothers, and when I was young, my brother David is gay and was very much immersed in a whole world of being loving and accepting of all people, and he was my best friend. He is not with us anymore, but just so you know that, oh, my battery, sorry, it wasn't actually plugged in. So definitely will proudly be supporting of all of my friends in my community. So very much thanks for the reminder. But yay, have a wonderful June if I don't see you. If I can make it here for next Friday, I will 100% be here. I'm fingers crossed. I feel like it's a 90% chance I'll be here on Friday doing something very simple and straightforward, right? So we'll see you guys later. Have a wonderful weekend. Do something just for you. If it's going for a coffee at Starbucks, if it's making some art, if it's visiting with friends, just make sure you take good care of yourself, friends. And I'll see you later. And also make sure you share whatever you made from tonight. I want to see it. I love it. That's the best part, is when you guys share how you were inspired and your interpretation. So I love that. See you guys later. Have a wonderful evening. Bye, guys. Oh, I always forget how to shut this off. Here we go. Yay.